Alright guys, while working with the text on a page, it is common to find that incorrect tags are used to mark up quotes in an HTML document. Usually, beginners treat regular text as well as quotes in the same way, but actually they are totally different from each other. The regular text as well as quotes are totally different. So apart from few text-based properties and font-based properties, there are some semantic tags also inside the HTML which provide some semantic meanings to the text. To cover all types of quotation, HTML provide different semantic tags. For example, we have cite tag, q tag and blockquote tag. And it is also a great challenge when to use which tags. It requires a bit of practice. So let's discuss about all those tags for the quotation and citation which we can use inside our HTML document. So let's get started with q tag first. The q tag is an inline level element, often used to mark up inline codes within our text. And the q tag is used to semantically represent the dialogue and prose in the HTML document. Alright, let's experiment this q tag practically here. So here I have taken few paragraphs on our page. So I'll be using all those tags, q tag, cite tag and blockquote tag, and see what are the difference between them. So we are discussing right now q tag. So let's see our page first. Here we have our page which is having one heading and few paragraphs here. So let's see which tag can be wrapped inside the q tag. So here we have a paragraph, the first paragraph. So in the first paragraph it is saying that programming isn't about what you know, it is about what you can figure out. So this is the quotation said by the Chris Pan. Alright, so we can wrap this: programming isn't about what you know, it's about what you can figure it out. So let's wrap them inside a q tag. Let's see here, and then from here to here will be our quotation. So let's see our page how it looks. Alright, so this is our quotation here. By default, the browser will insert proper quotation marks for the content wrapped inside the q element. As we can see here, from here to here we have our text within the quotation marks here. That's the q tag actually. And one thing you have to keep in mind, if you are using CSS resets, then you may not find this quotation mark, so you will have to target it q tag and then define the quotation mark. Alright, after the q tag we have one blockquote tag. The blockquote tag is to mark up a large block of text as a quote. The blockquote is a block level element that may have another block level element nested inside it. So let's see here on our page, and this is our paragraph, and we can actually wrap this whole paragraph inside a blockquote. And the blockquote, as we have seen just now, is a block level element which can wrap large block of text. For the single line of quotation we use q tag that we have already seen here, and for the large block of text to mark it as a quote we use blockquote tag. So let's wrap this paragraph here inside a blockquote. So here, not here, up to here actually, paste it here. Alright, so now this paragraph is a blockquote. Let's see our page here. Alright, so this is our blockquote here, up to here. So by default to the blockquote there is some default padding from the website. Let's inspect it here. Alright, here we have a paragraph. Let's see this. So as we can see, margin block start, that's the property 1 em and 1 em, and margin inline is start 40 px, margin inline 40 px. That's the by default block quote properties and values. So that's why we see some gap at the beginning of the block quote. Alright, as we have just seen that block quote is a block level element, so therefore a block quote tag can have any element inside it. For example, we can also wrap it a h2 tag or h3, any element actually. So say this is our heading. It can have some list also, say ULLI, say list item 1, 2, 3. Now save it, then give it a refresh. As we can see here, now this is our, from here to here is our block code. All right. So now we have cite attribute. The both queue and block code tag can have an optional cite attribute actually. The cite attribute holds a URL that acts as a reference to the code. So let's see here how we can use cite attribute inside the queue tag or block code tag. So here we have another paragraph. The officer left a note saying you have been summoned to appear on the 4th day of January on charges of attempted reader bravery. So actually here we can wrap this from here inside a queue tag up to here, and inside this queue tag we can actually use a cite attribute, and this cite attribute will accept the value of URL. So we can provide one URL. Let's keep the URL value here. Now save it, give it a refresh. So as we can see from here up to here we have a queue tag. That's why we see this quotation marks here, and inside this quotation mark here we have used the one cite attribute. The cite attribute does not alter the appearance. That's why we do not see any changes in the appearance. It just adds the value for the screen readers and other devices actually. Alright, so this is how we use cite attribute inside queue tag, or if there will be any cite attribute inside the block code tag. Similarly, we can use the way you have used here. Inside the paragraph we have taken a queue tag, and inside the queue tag we have taken this cite attribute. Now let's see the cite element actually. The cite tag or the cite element is used for citing or referencing any creative work by a person. For example, here we have another paragraph at the end here. Here in this paragraph we have, that is, my favorite book is The Reality Dysfunction by Peter F. Hamilton. So we can wrap this, the reality dysfunction, inside the cite element actually. So let's wrap this. Actually this is the creative work here. So let's get it from here and keep it up to here. That's the work done by the Peter F. Hamilton. Then again here we have my favorite comic is Pearls Before Swine. So again this is the work here. That's the name of the book or comic. So we can wrap this inside the cite element or cite tag. So let's get it from here and up to here. This work, sorry, to here. Yeah, so this is the work here and has been done by the Stephen Pastis. Now we have another line, that is my favorite track is Zaid Simba. So let's wrap this again inside the cite element. Alright, now save it and give it a refresh. Here this is our cite element. This text is wrapped inside the cite tag again here also, and similarly here also. The thing is about the cite tag is that the tag is used for citing or referencing any creative work by a person. The tag should not be used for citing or referencing a person who has done or wrote the code. As we have done here, that we have wrapped the work actually, not the person's name. That's how the cite element or cite tag works. Alright guys, so far we have seen all those text based properties, font based properties, and at the end we have seen quotation and cite element. So this is all about the typography here. Again, I would like to mention here that the typography of any page is really important. It's just because at the end, the core element or the core content of a page is text most of the time, and our user will always read the text only. So the more readable or digestible we will keep our content on a page, the more happier will be our user, because the user should not face any problem while reading the text on a page. So it is important to work on the text also. We have to keep it clean, we have to keep it more readable and digestible.